The good old days of gaming. Yes, it's sad to see, but the gaming industry is kind of getting a little worse. Not to say that the games are worse at any means, but it's just not the same that it was back in the day. Because remember how you would go over to a friend's house, maybe a cousin's house, family member, you would have a dinner there. And at least every single person would at least have an Xbox 360 or a Wii or even a console that can play Guitar Hero or Rock Band. But that's besides the point. Those families, you would sit down, have a great time with them. Maybe you were playing Mario Kart Wii or you were playing Guitar Hero or Rock Band. Now I feel like that's not the same thing. You would even go outside, but like now it's not the same because I feel like those things actually happen less now, and it's kind of weird to see. There's less actual good multiplayer games than there are single players interesting actually good games. Why is it that the gaming industry is more pushed towards like multiplayer but online multiplayer or just single player game? There's not really any games that is co-op, sit by the couch co-op. The only games that there is Nintendo. Nintendo now is actually focused on co-op. There's so many games out there, Nintendo Switch, that have the sit by the couch co-op. But some of the games, actually most of the games now, let's just say that you give a controller to someone who never played video games before. You think that they're going to be able to play something like Mario 3D World? Probably not, unless he's some Greek god or something, but like probably not. You're not going to be able to just give someone a remote and say, hey, have fun. Now, the Wii era of things, you used to be able to do that all the time. It was Mario Kart Wii, there was pointer games there, that like the Wii Party, or maybe even Wii Sports. You used to be able to just give a person a remote that never played a video game before, and you'd probably figure it out pretty fast. Now, the Switch and stuff, you can do this. It's a little harder because there's more menus and buttons and random things all over the place. You can do that with Nintendo Switch Sports, which is essentially Wii Sports, so let's just not count that because they just took the games and stuff and put them. But essentially, you can't really have a fun time anymore like you used to be able to. Gaming has changed a lot. Nowadays, the games are so incredibly expensive, high in price, for games that some games actually shouldn't even be that price. Now, Nintendo is known for actually just taking their old games, sticking a fresh coat of paint on it, and reselling it for double the price. Now, of course, if you need an example, I'll give you an example. Let's just say Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. What did they do? A originally $30 game or so, they took it, put a fresh coat of paint on it, resold it. Now you could say that for Samus or Metroid 1-2, I think it was. Anyways, they didn't even change anything. Stuck it, put it in there, little coat paint, boom, and then sold it for double the price. It's crazy to see that this is how far people are willing to pay for some of their favorite games. Nintendo is known for just ripping games off the shelf. Should just like, hey, you can buy our games on the newest system or you could go to jail. But anyways, this is so annoying. Why does Nintendo do things like this? Now, it's not just Nintendo. Xbox, PlayStation, they do take off the games off the shelf and just like hold it for a bit and then just re-release it. But it's not as common as Nintendo. We have the entire Wii U and 3DS library gone. The 360 lasted for so long, so incredibly long. It just recently closed Nope, actually, it's still up. It's closing soon. But wow, this is how gaming's going. We're closing stores. This probably doesn't even cost that much to run. I get the 360 closing because that console is nearly 20 years old in 2026, nearly about 18 years old. That's crazy to me that they left the store open that long. Microsoft is probably just the king. They don't know, they don't really make the very greatest high quality Halo games or whatever anymore. But hey, they have a whole bunch of studios open. They got all of these different compartments and stuff, and they also keep their stores open so you can buy all the other games. There's also backwards compatibility with every single console generation. You can play an original Halo game on a Xbox Series X. Nintendo, on the other hand, oh my goodness. So if you wanted to play, let's just say, Super Mario 3D World, you either have to buy it for double the price, so maybe $120 if you're looking. Actually, wait, I'm looking at a Switch game, never mind. Maybe $80 or so, because yeah, that's probably right. Or yeah. Anyways, it's sad to see. It's really sad to see. I miss the old days of gaming, how, you know, you would get on with your friends, there was friends list stuff, and, you know, there's friend lists on consoles now, but it's not the same. It's not the same at all. Nintendo's codes, unique codes or something. Remember the Wii U? The Wii U actually did it right. It was a friend, it was a username. But now, that is not it at all. And then most of the accessories now are super jacked up in price. A PS5, they got rid of the original PS5 model, changed out the kickstand or the stand for these crappy little plastic things, made you pay an extra, what is it, $30 Canadian or $50 Canadian for a crappy little stand, and also charging up the price for these plates and a drive and stuff, and then making it so it has to be connected to the internet at all times to avoid piracy or something. But like, why? And then there's computer games that they're so scared of pirates and stuff that they're willing to make the game worse to make sure that you can't do that. I'm not a big fan of doing bad illegalness things. Not a fan at all. But like, why would you, for the people that are paying the $1 due to buy the game, why would you make the game worse for them? A whole lot of companies do this. There's EA now with the Star Wars problem. That's probably been covered a while ago. But anyways, rehash on the past. You know, they make the game worse to prevent their games to get essentially more money. Why? What's the point? Gaming used to be so good back in the day. They didn't care. There's thousands of games out there. They didn't care if you know, if you had the real thing. They didn't care. What I'm trying to say is they didn't really care that much about people being a sturdy little scallywag pirate. They didn't care that much because, well, Nintendo had these tiny little discs at the GameCube era. I mean, they probably cared there because it was harder to use a tiny disc, and yeah. And then they moved to the Wii, and then the Wii U, and then they went back to cartridges, and then Nintendo's just a funny company, you know? Now, the gaming industry is just ruined, to be honest. I don't know, some of the games I can't get sucked into as often as I did back in the day. I don't know if this is just a me thing. I would love to know in the comment section down below. But like, I can't get sucked into a game that often. Unless it's really, really good. But it's super hard to get stuck in the game. Because I'll play the game for a bit and then just move on to something else. And then be bored and never touch the game ever again. I don't know. I think I need help. Please help. But anyways, if you enjoyed this stupid little stinky video, consider dropping a like, maybe a comment if you want to advise me of something that I missed, or if you want to say something about the gaming industry. How's your gaming perspective to say? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here, and I hope you have a fantastic day. And with that being said, see you in the next one.